customers and helping companies grow. In the forefront of technology, developing cutting-edge document management solutions. So if you think you know Dex Imaging, you don't know Dex.
Now you did it. Are you completely insane? He's back. He, who must not be named. The man, the myth, the only guy in Ocala to eat his own weight in fried pickles. Twice. Now, you asked for it. Sorta. Live and in person. It's Tom Schmitz.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Thursday morning. Nice and warm today. Going to have a high of 73 in Ocala today. Good golf weather. Did I say that out loud on the air? I'm just saying. Now on the phone lines joining us is Andrew Campanella. He is the president of National School Choice Week, and K-12 education scene has undergone considerable change in the past year with the COVID pandemic, families considering new schools. Andrew's going to join us to discuss how school choice can level the playing field, bringing info and options to parents. Mr. Campanella, good morning to you.
Good morning, and thanks so much for having me.
What is the goal of National School Choice Week?
The goal of School Choice Week is to let parents know about all of the options that they have for their children's education. And we want families to know that, especially in Florida, they do have choices about where they send their kids to school, from public schools to charter schools to magnet schools to private, online, and home education options. We also want to help families here at School Choice Week navigate that school search process so that they can find schools and learning environments that help meet their children's needs.
45 years ago, when I was a wee tyke of 7, 8 years old, I went to a private Catholic school. But back then, the choices were private school or public school. How has it morphed into over the years to have so many choices now for your children's education?
There are a lot of choices, and the reason it has morphed into this landscape where families have 6 or more different types of options is because parents have demanded these different options. And I can just walk through a few of them. So within traditional public schools in Florida, you can choose a school outside of your zone or outside of your district. It's a policy called open enrollment. A lot of states don't have that. We have that here. I'm in Florida too. In public charter schools, these are tuition-free, innovative schools that do not require students to take tests for entry. Doesn't matter where you live, you can attend them, and they have to take every student as long as there's space available. Florida has magnet schools. They're also tuition-free. Some of them require tests for entry, many don't. They focus on themes like math, science, technology, the performing arts, medicine, you name it. We've got a ton of magnet schools. Online public schools. These are not the same as the emergency remote learning that's going on because of the pandemic. These are folks who, for the last 20 years, have been perfecting the art and science of educating kids online. Tuition-free, no tests required. Florida has some of the best tuition assistance programs, too, to help kids who otherwise wouldn't be able to afford it attend private schools, whether religious or non-religious, scholarship programs. We have the best ones here in the state. And, of course, homeschooling. Florida's got a great homeschooling law with so many options if you want to educate your child in the home. So those are 6 of the options, and within those options, there's even more.
I'm just thinking here in Marion County, we have over 47,000 students in the public school system. That doesn't take into account the Catholic schools that are private schools, the Methodist schools that are private schools, the non-religious, the non-denominational, non-religious private schools that we have in our area, plus all the parents that choose to homeschool their children. We're talking about affecting lives of thousands of people, families, and children, aren't we?
That's exactly right, and I appreciate you bringing that up because 1/3 of parents across America are actively choosing their children's education. So that means either they're moving to an area because of the schools, they're exercising open enrollment, they're choosing a charter, a magnet, a private, an online, or a home education environment. 1/3 of American parents are doing that. 30 years ago, like you said, that wasn't the case. These options didn't exist in many cases. We have the options now, especially in Florida, and we need to continue to expand opportunities for families and also what our goal at School Choice Week is to do is to let families know they have these choices and help them navigate the process. Because if you want to choose a school for your child for the next school year, you actually have to start doing that right now, looking into it right now.
I was a teacher for 5 years. I got my degree in teaching. I taught at Avery County High School up in North Carolina. But I also did a short stint at a place called Anderley Academy, which was a non-denominational private school that emphasized one-on-one learning. I remember Tommy Broach. She started the Broach School in Jacksonville back numbers of years ago that emphasized one-on-one learning. Is that still an option these days, the one-on-one learning schools as well?
Absolutely. And within all those 6 sectors that I talked about, there are a ton of different instructional strategies that schools can do. There are other themes like Montessori and Waldorf and schools that focus on technology, on the building trades, you name it. There's a lot of different ways that these schools can educate kids. So one-on-one education, absolutely. Experiential learning, group learning, you name it. There are so many options out there.
I got to ask you this question because it's on everybody's mind. It's what we're dealing with. How has this year differed from other years because of the pandemic we're under?
Oh my gosh, the pandemic has upended education as we know it. It's been stressful for students. It's been stressful for their parents. It's been stressful for teachers and the folks who run schools. The challenge is, kids can't sit in front of a screen for 6 or 7 hours. That has got to be really tough for them. It's certainly tough for their teachers and their parents. We're discovering that not enough people in this country have high-speed internet access or the number of devices they need to be able to connect to this emergency remote learning. But on the positive side, we're seeing parents work together to form things like learning pods to help kids work with their friends and learn together. And we're seeing a dramatic increase in interest in school choice. 63% of parents are considering looking around at their options. Finally, what we're seeing, and I think this is a really good thing, is more parents than ever before are engaged, involved, and informed about their kids' education, and they're going to stay that way.
I know when I used to come home when I was in school 40 years ago, my mom was there in the afternoons, and she was our tutor that was there for our math, our social studies, all of that. And one of the silver linings of the pandemic is sometimes you bring that family unit back together and help with things like education. Let me ask you real quick, what if you had one recommendation for that most families do during National School Choice Week, what would it be?
So if you're even the slightest bit interested in looking at a new school for your child, even if you're not sure you want to do it, you got to start that process now. So my recommendation is use this time during School Choice Week next week to look into your options. We have free guides, free resources, state-level school choice roadmaps on our website, schoolchoiceweek.com. We have a brand new school finder tool called Schools Near Me that will help you put in some criteria and get a list of schools. So schoolchoiceweek.com, and we hope folks will get the process started and don't wait until summer break.
It is schoolchoiceweek.com, and Andrew Campanella, who's the president of National School Choice Week, says better to start now than later. So it's kind of like that old commercial. You can do it now or you can do it later. You want us to do it right now. This is the best time.
Absolutely, because if you do it now, you'll find you have more choices. If you wait, you're going to find that there are fewer choices, and schools can't hire teachers or expand seat space to respond to demand. So it's a supply and demand thing, and get your demand in now.
Andrew Campanella, he is the president of National School Choice Week. He has taken time out to join us today to help us sort through the many, many options that we have for educating our children. Andrew, thanks so much for being here this morning.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Coming up after the break, it's time to get our bi-weekly meeting with the county commission. I see that one of the PIOs is here. Kathy Bryant not going to be here. Hugh, we're going to ask the question, Hugh, but we're not going to ask it to Kathy Bryant. So the question you wanted to ask yesterday, we're going to ask. But Alex is here. He may have an answer for it. But if not, I know Alex is very good at finding any answer we might need. So we'll reach out. We'll talk to him about what's going on with the county commission. I know there's a big deal, a big concern about internet gaming, internet cafes. We'll talk about that, plus any other goings on with the county. Get you an update on the pandemic as well, right here next on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
President Joe Biden is the 46th president of the United States.
A day of history and hope, of renewal and resolve. Through a crucible for the ages, America has been tested anew, and America has risen to the challenge.
Biden was sworn into office Wednesday in Washington, D.C. The Senate has confirmed Avril Haines as Intelligence Director, giving President Joe Biden the first official member of his cabinet. Haines was previously Deputy Director of the CIA and Deputy National Security Advisor. Just hours into his presidency, Joe Biden signs a string of executive actions reversing key Trump administration policies, reversing a ban on travel from terrorist nations, rejoining the very expensive Paris Accord, launching a national mask mandate, rejoining the World Health Organization, stopping the southern border wall, and revoking the Keystone Oil Pipeline approval. USA Radio News.
The new year is here, and the time is now to capitalize on the tech boom in the U.S. markets. The red-hot e-commerce payment sector is on fire with no signs of slowing down. Text the word HOT to 48542. Here's just one example of what you can get with the up-to-minute research from Avid Market Readers. According to Allied Market Research, mobile payments are on track to exceed $12 trillion, and Avid has identified one of the hottest companies in North America that is poised to dominate the mobile payment and e-commerce sector in 2021. Text the word HOT to 48542 to get your free subscription to Avid Market Readers. We deliver the data directly to your mobile device so you can make decisions as market conditions change. If you're interested in our hit list of the hottest stocks to look at in 2021, then text the word HOT to 48542. Set your investment research strategy to hyper growth mode now with our information delivery system from Avid Market Readers. Text HOT to 48542 now and don't get left behind in 2021. Text HOT to 48542.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your Verizon representative with news that will hum your car, make it smart and safe. How? With the new Hum device by Verizon. You can rest assured you're never alone. Flat tire? Lost? Accident? For $10 a month, Hum by Verizon has you covered. And I will come to you in Marion County to install the Hum for free. Time to call me at 352-528-0020. Are you ready to hum along? Call 352-528-0020.
Each morning, we wake up thankful to live in a free nation with liberty and justice for all. But sometimes those liberties can be put in jeopardy, and you may have questions about what to do or who to call. Let Doc Blanchard of Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland help you find the answers. Attorneys at law since 1974 and located in downtown Ocala. If you have legal issues, don't go it alone. Call 352-732-7218. Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland, helping protect your liberties every day.
The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.
Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first Wednesday of each month at 9:30 to Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you.
Hello, I'm Mark Sears with Regency Printing. With over 10 years in the printing business, I know you'll find Regency Printing the place for all your local printing needs. Plus, I have fax services,